Okay, so we are doing a live new rep call. If you have been in our new rep mentorship, we're going to go over a lot of the same information that is in the first unit of our new rep mentorship. But if you haven't been there, or maybe you need a refresh or you have some questions, like definitely use the chat. You can unmute and ask as we go. But we're really going to just talk about having a strong start, how to get the word out there that you are open for business, how to schedule that launch party, just kind of business flow, how to rank up in your business, all that fun stuff. Just like the very basic, getting your business up off the ground and running. So I have my little PowerPoint here. Let me share it with you. Share. Okay. I think that's the button I need. Yep. So here we go. We are going to talk about getting started. And you know, whether you have been in the business for a week, whether you've been in the business for a year, maybe you just need a fresh start with your business, this is a great way to just even relaunch your business. Because I know I've had a lot of girls come to me and say, okay, I've had a lot of life changes. I'm ready to relaunch. If you are relaunching or launching for the first time, these are all of the steps that you're going to be taking to get your business going. So first of all, obviously, welcome to the team. This is all of us in Nashville. This was seriously like a week or maybe 2 weeks before the country shut down. It was right after the tornado hit Nashville, and we all got to get together. We didn't know if it was going to happen because of the tornado. And then we all came home, and like a week later, 2 weeks later, everybody had to stay home forever. It was crazy, but we were so happy to get to kind of sneak in that little trip and see each other. So welcome to the team. We're so excited you're here. Seriously, like this crew and everybody who is on our team virtually, who we haven't been able to meet in person yet, is just the best, most supportive group of people ever. So if you need us, please make sure you're reaching out and asking lots of questions. Okay, new things can be scary. I know that I personally have had some of my newer reps coming to me and being like, what do I do? You just added me to like several Facebook groups, plugged me into a message thread. I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know how to process returns. I don't know how to set up an event. Like, I am totally confused. What I want you to know is that feeling a little bit scared is totally normal, okay? So if you've had any of those feelings, you are right there with everybody else starting. I was terrified, you guys. I was so scared in the first 2 weeks of being a rep. I almost sent my starter kit. I was like, what am I doing here? I can't even figure this out. But I was like, no, it's just new. And I remembered a desk job analogy that somebody gave me one time. They're like, okay, yes, you're here in this online space. You're starting a new, business. You're starting with a new company. But even if you were getting a new job at like this office and you had to sit at a desk and file papers all day, or like whatever your new job would be, you still have to figure out new things, right? You have to figure out where the pencil sharpener is. You have to figure out where do you make copies? Who in the heck is going to help you do, tasks X, Y, and Z on your to-do list? Where's the break room? These are all things that are new and uncomfortable when it's your first time doing it. But just like that job, same with Zaya, you just kind of figure it out. And all of a sudden, going to the break room, you know exactly where it's at, and you can go do it at any time. You can walk there mindlessly, right? You can go make a copy mindlessly because you know where the copy machine is and you know how to run it. Which, by the way, when I was a teacher, that was like the one thing that I was like, how do I work this big machine? Like, why do I have to figure this copy machine out? It's not that hard, but I struggled a little bit. So just like that, though, with Zaya, you're going to come in. The first few times you have to process an exchange. You might be a little bit like, am I doing it right? What do I do next? Where's the button? How do I create this event? But over time, it really just becomes second nature. You can kind of start to do it mindlessly. I mean, not mindlessly, you have to pay attention, but it just gets easy, right? So don't be afraid. Even though things now might seem overwhelming, they will get easier. And like it says right there, you're not overwhelmed. You are abundantly blessed because you are coming into a company, you're coming into a team that is established. We have a ton of resources for you to use. So even though you have a lot of information coming at you, just remember that you're really blessed to have the information there. You don't have to read it all at once. You can go find it when you need it. It's always going to be there for you. Just take what you need as you need it, but just remember you're abundantly blessed. And this is fun. Zaya is so much fun, you guys. I hope that you feel that. And if you don't yet, you will, I promise, as you kind of get up and going. It is just so much fun to be a part of this company and to get to see new launches every single week and get to share those with your people. It is the best. So it might be hard in the fact that maybe you have to push yourself outside of your comfort zone a little bit, but it's fun. It's a good time. And just like anything new, it gets easier and you'll relax right into it. And I swear, you're just going to love it. You're just going to love it. I love Zaya so much. So just a reminder, I'm sure you guys all know this, but building a business takes consistent action, okay? So these are some of the things that need to be happening on a regular basis to make sure that you're keeping your funnel full. And what I mean by funnel is that we always have to have people who we're talking to. We have to have people who are interested in hosting, or like our Zaya lovers, those people who are interested in maybe taking it to the next level and becoming a rep. So in order to kind of keep that funnel full, we have to show up on social media, posting publicly, posting in your VIP group, using your stories, obviously choose the method that works best for you, that you're most comfortable with. It doesn't have to be every day in the beginning if you're just trying to figure things out, or maybe you're working really hard behind the scenes, at least get really, really consistent in your VIP group. That is a great place to continue to show up because you build those connections with people who are already interested in the product. And then as you're ready, you can start to branch out outside of that group and find new people using social media. And that's some of the stuff we're actually going to talk about on tomorrow's call. We were going to talk about it last night, but my daughter was having some issues, and so I was not able to even pry her off of my body. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night, so make sure you check in on that call. But just remember that consistent action over time is going to help you see results in your business. Okay, personal development. Okay, if you do not do personal development, I highly, highly encourage you to start. I feel it is truly crucial to being successful. It's going to help you build your confidence, and it's really going to help you remember that hearing the word no is normal. And whether we like to really admit it or not, I don't really like to admit that Zaya is sales because I don't feel like I'm selling. I just really feel like I'm sharing the product. I love it so much. But technically we're in sales. So people are going to say no, right? People aren't going to be ready to order. People aren't going to be ready to host yet, or maybe they're not really into joining the business side, but you're going to hear no a lot. And just reading books, business building books, confidence building books, those are the things that are going to help you remember that it's all a part of the journey. It's all a part of the process. There's nothing wrong with you or with Zaya. It's just some people aren't ready. So helps you realize that no is normal. And you can find a list in both Zaya Inspiration in the unit section, and then also in our training site on Kajabi. So if you have not yet gained access to Kajabi, make sure you go into the Zaya Inspiration group, and I would just search Kajabi. I'm pretty sure it's in one of the announcements in the group. It has the login information. Like it says here, download the app on your phone because it makes it so much more user-friendly to have the app on there. Let's see if I can find it quick and so I can show you what it looks like. Oops, it's this K. It looks like a K, like a blue K right there. But once you are, after your initial login, you go in through the app, you'll have to do your login again, but then it has all of our training resources really nicely organized so that you can see them and you don't have to go shuffling through on your desktop, because I personally find the desktop version harder to use than just scrolling through and using the app. So definitely check out the app. The Kajabi site is a great place to find everything that you could use for your business. And then everything is also in the Zaya Inspiration unit section. So both the materials are the exact same. The reason we have two is because one, what if Facebook goes away? We don't want that. So we want to make sure that we have a separate resource where we store our trainings and stuff. And then also, not everybody's actually on Facebook that often, and they like to use Kajabi as, you know, a different resource. Same as vice versa. People are just on Facebook more. Sometimes they just prefer to go to the unit section. That's just easier for them. Could these slides be emailed out to the participants? Yes, absolutely. We can send these out for sure with the recording. We can do that. And it just says Johnson Memorial Health Services. So I don't know who I'm talking to. I feel bad. I feel like I want to make a guess, but I don't want to be wrong. Okay, thanks, Stacy. I was like, I don't know who this is, but yes, okay. Yes, we will definitely email these out. They will help for sure. Okay, for the Facebook groups, I am going to, right here is a list that I actually have it on my to-do list to make a post like in our Zaya Inspiration group that links all of the Facebook groups in that post so that you know where you can go. I will also show them to you, and no problem, Stacy. I'm going to show them to you on here really quick so that you can see. Oops. Okay. I got to move my screen thing here. Okay, I couldn't get the tab to go away earlier. Oh, there it is. And then I couldn't get it to come back. New share. So I'm going to actually show you the Facebook groups in case you're not in there, just so that you're aware that they're there. This is the new rep mentorship. Again, this is in, if you just like search in the Inspiration group, you should find the link to this group. And this one is, we've really been running just kind of like a self-paced new rep mentorship. Like all the information is in the unit section. So basically, you know, if you're a new rep, hop in here and work through each unit. I recommend going, like doing the first week, do unit 1. Week 2, do unit 2, and then all the way through unit 4. But for sure in in unit 1, the new rep checklist and the new rep business tutorial, these are 2 resources that are gonna really help with just staying organized. If you're like me, I'm very, very visual. So I like to have a checklist in front of me so I know that I'm doing what needs to be done. And just so that you can see this is kind of all the stuff I'm going to be talking through with you today. But this checklist was created by my upline, who is Chrissy Tagger, who's actually one of the top reps in the entire company. So you'll click here, and then as you saw on the post, if you need to use a password, the password is Zaya Gals Team, which is in the post, so you can check that out. But this is just a great checklist to help you make sure that you are, you know, doing all the things that kind of need to happen in the beginning, all like the nitty gritty, setting up your app if you want to use the app, checking out the back office, all that fun stuff. So she made a really great checklist there. And then this one is also, she also made this one, and I love this. I think it's really helpful. So like I said, the password here is Zaya Gals Team. If you ever need to get on her site, she has a ton of great information. And then this is the same checklist that I just showed you. But then she also actually has it all typed out, you know, kind of some ideas for getting started, setting up your website. She goes through the information for that. Setting up your customer service portal. This is actually something that's fairly new to Zaya. So if you are new to Zaya, definitely make sure you go in and get your portal set up. This is how you can connect with our customer service team. Just about if you need to move an order, if you need help with like processing a return, or if a customer has like a product issue or something like that, then definitely the customer service portal is where you're going to be able to contact customer service and they can help you with all that stuff. So go through the tutorial, and she gives you such great step-by-step instructions for getting up and running. I absolutely love this. She did such a nice job with it. So that is the new rep mentorship, and kind of the what I would highlight from that group. Do you guys have any questions about the new rep mentorship before I go to the next one? Sorry, I talk fast because I don't like to waste people's time. So I'm always like, chop, chop. Okay. If you have questions, just drop them in the chat, or you guys can unmute too. The next group I want to show you is actually my very favorite group. The Zaya Marketing Designs group is my favorite. I love this group. I use this group regularly. It is the group where you will find any pictures of reps wearing clothing, anything that anybody is sharing to market. I'm like, I've never seen this. I don't know what's going on there. Anything that you might need to share the product. And I love it because it's all different women, all different body types. Guys are in here too. If you have questions about doing a pop-up, you know, you could ask to see people's displays. I mean, you can get so much good information in here from this group. And it is like, I love it. It's my favorite. And if you ever need a mood booster, just scroll through here and look at how confident everybody is in these pictures. Like, everybody is so happy, so confident. They love their Zaya. And it just is such a good reminder that Zaya just makes women feel so good. So if you ever need a confidence boost, if you ever need any kind of, what is going on in marketing design today? Oh my gosh, I'm dying. Okay. So anyway, check out this group. It is my favorite. You will pull a lot of resources from here. You can find games in there, anything like that. Okay, the next one I would recommend is Zaya Life. So this group is, it hasn't actually had as much, it hasn't been as important lately, because typically my favorite part about this group is that Natalie Robinson runs it. And what she does when she's able to is that she goes to the warehouse on launch day. So since COVID, she hasn't been able to do that. But when COVID is over, she will be going to the warehouse. She will try on our new launches, and she'll do a live review for us, like from the bathroom or from the dressing room now, because now they have dressing rooms, I think. But she will go do live reviews for us. So it is amazing because you can actually see on the day of that she's trying on these clothes for us. And it's just a nice, because Brenda does it on Zaya Family, but you know, obviously Natalie is a different figure, different sizing, and has some different opinions. And so it's just nice to get another perspective on the new launches and different feedback. So I would absolutely recommend getting in on this group. And then when she's able to start doing that again, that is such a big help to helping customers with the new products. And then the last group is, and you guys, I'm showing you a lot of groups, but just so you know, I personally have all notifications off for these groups, because otherwise my Facebook would be blowing up like crazy. I turn off my notifications. I know that they're there. I can go check them out anytime that I want to, but you know, and you can have your notifications on too. I just know that my feed gets really backed up when I have everything on. So, and then the last one is Zaya Gals. So this is run by my upline, Chrissy Tagger. Like I said, Chrissy's actually one of the top reps in the company. Actually, now Natalie is, who runs this group. She just became our very first, I don't know if you saw that on here, our very first Zaya presidential rep. She's amazing. She is so good at pouring into our team. And then Chrissy is my upline, and Chrissy is also incredible. She is right towards the tippy top. She is so helpful and sweet, and I just love her so much. So her group, you know, I don't really use her group that much, but if I would have a sizing question or something like that, you know, maybe somebody has a certain bra size and they're asking about the bomber bra, and I'm like, I have no idea what size she would wear. I would just come up here and search in the bar. Like, let's say I want to know what a 38 triple D would wear in a bomber bra. Search for that, and the good news is that I guarantee somebody else has asked the same question. So I can kind of go through here and I can start looking through you know, these comments and these posts, and I can get a good guess at what size to recommend for my customer. So that's what I really like these big groups for too, Zaya Life and Zaya Gals, is that I don't know the sizing for everybody. So I love to search in these groups, and then it just helps me to help my customers get the right size. So those are the Facebook groups. And like I said, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to be a part of. You can be in all of them, you can be in some, you can be in none. You can really just do it however you want. But I want to make sure that you're aware that they're there for you, because they are such an important part of our community. Oops, where am I going? Nope, wrong way. Okay, so here we go. We are getting up and running. Now that I've given you all of the background information, you should be at the point, if you haven't already, maybe you're getting ready to launch your business. So my recommendation for launching your business is to make a post with you wearing your Zaya and tell a story. I want to hear your story in your post. So you can see mine is right here, 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit long, but I had a long story to share. So I posted a picture of myself in my first Zaya I ever got, you guys. I was 23 weeks pregnant, and my story is that I had done direct sales before. I felt like I failed. I poured myself into it. I took time off, and I just really, at the end of the day, decided all I want was something for myself. So I came in here and I made a post and I shared my story. You know, where was I before Zaya? How did Zaya come up? Why did I choose Zaya? And, you know, where I'm going. And so I just said, I'm looking forward to continue pursuing my passion for fitness in a whole new way. Just kind of said thanks to my husband for hanging in there with me as I tried all these different things, trying to find my jam, you know, trying to find what I loved. So tell your story, because like it says here, you know, facts tell, but stories sell. So people want to know, they might know, they're like, oh, she's a Zaya rep. Well, what does that mean? So share that, share what it means to you and why you love it. Then after you kind of make that open for business post, then I would recommend like a couple days later, making a post inviting people to your launch party. You know, this is just more like information, come follow my journey. I'm excited about it. But then, you know, the next thing is going to be actually inviting people to join you in your launch party. So schedule and announce it. If you're able to do one in person, it's always a really good idea to get it in front of your family and friends so they can touch it, see it, maybe even try it on if you guys are the same size. But it's a really good idea to try to get it in person if you can. If not, obviously, yeah, online is a given. It's easy to do these days with social media. So go for an online party. My recommendation for your party is, first of all, I recommend doing your launch party before you even start a VIP group, because that way you can invite people into the launch party. You can run it from a Facebook group, but then after that party's over, you can then turn that group into your VIP group. So it's just kind of a nice way to progress your business from like, here's my launch party. And then when your party's over, you can say, thanks for being here with me. I'm going to turn this into my VIP group. If you'd like to stick around, I'd love to have you. If not, like, no hard feelings. You can go ahead and leave the group. But I've just found that it is really nice to start a group with already having had people in it who are interested in the product and who are interested in you. And it's also really nice because you're not going to be then adding people to the group who are going to just go into this empty group, if that makes sense. So it works out really, really nicely to turn your launch party into that VIP group. And then I wrote here, create an event to invite friends. So if you've ever done it before, you can just create an event through Facebook and you can invite your friends who you think might be interested. If anybody says, yes, they're attending, you can plug them into that VIP group. The actual best way to invite people to your launch party is to message them one-on-one. You know, just say, hey, I'm excited. I just started this new venture. I love these clothes. I know you live in leggings too. I feel like you'd really like them. Do you want to come check it out? sending them that one-on-one message makes it really personal, and they're going to be much more likely to take an interest in it than if you just start adding people in, because we all know if you just add people in, it doesn't usually go very well. People are like in a million groups these days, and the last thing they want is to just get plugged into another group. So make sure you're adding people who really want to be there. And then this was the post that I did. As you can see, it's pretty much, I don't know, I feel like it's very similar to what I say have my hostesses post, but I thought it worked well. I had a good crew and I had a decent launch party. So do you guys have any questions about, oops, I don't know why I can't figure this out. There we go. Do you guys have any questions about, you know, announcing your business or scheduling your launch party, kind of getting that part up and running?
Say, I don't know if you want anybody to talk and all on this, but if I just had 2 minutes, I just want to say one thing.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I started so I just have never thrown a party, but my upline person convinced me to be a rep, not convinced me, just talked to me about it, and then just to host the party at the same time. And I was mainly going to just do it for my family and friends that live not where I live. And just make sure that if you set up your page to do that and check private.
Yes,
I didn't.
Yes.
And I did the this and that game last night, and it went all over my public feed, and I got people commenting from everywhere. Now I'm totally overwhelmed. So just as a hint, make sure you mark private on your group page.
But actually, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because now all these people who didn't know about Zaya they're showing interest. So definitely reach out to them. That's exciting. But I agree.
Yeah, no, it's overwhelming, because I even work with a surgeon about an hour away, male, that responded and said, "What's going on here? Am I supposed to be buying something for my wife?" Oh my
You say yes, you are.
So anyway, just wanted to add that. Mark private.
It's funny that you say that. I actually ran a party who my rep is, she's a rep now. She's one of my leaders. And when I ran a party for her as a hostess, I don't know, that happened. We did not check private. And I was like going live and doing like a bra review. And I had like people hopping in, and one of my husband's friends got on, and I'm like, what is going on? Where am I? Like, oh, I'm going live, and people can see that. Like,
yes, I also did a Facebook Live event and showed tights and a tank top with a bra, and I was like, oh my Lord. Live and learn.
Live and learn. That's exactly it. And the thing is that we didn't die. That's what I always tell my girls. I'm like, okay, it was scary, but did you die? Nope. So we all know, no matter what happens, we'll survive. That's a good tip. Thank you for sharing. You're so right. Mark private on your parties. Okay. So one of the things that Zaya has is that they have this kind of what they call the company standard. And this is sort of the standard they set. Oh gosh, it's maybe been like a year now, that this is sort of when they looked at their top leaders, this is more or less what they were achieving in a month. So 2,500 PV would be $2,500 in sales in commissionable personal volume. And then 3x4 is signing up 3 new reps a month and closing out 4 parties. Now, Zaya used to do more promos based around this company standard. They haven't done that very much lately, or in the last, like, since COVID, they really haven't done a lot with this company standard, but you might hear them refer to it from time to time. If you were on our summit at all, like our virtual summit, they did a recognition piece for, they said 2,500 3x4. And that's just what this meant, is that if however many months a rep hit these is what they got recognized for. So it's a great way to kind of gauge your business and say, okay, you know, what are my goals? If your goal is to grow a business and grow a team, then this is a really great standard to run by. they don't use, they kind of took out the 4 parties. I've noticed here in the last few months too, they just say 2,500 PV by 3. Sorry, I'm watching my dogs. Okay, a combine went by and they're like right by the road. Okay, no, everybody's good. But the 2,500 3x4. So that's something that will get referred to quite frequently, but they haven't talked about it lately. So I just wanted to make sure you guys are aware that that's there. Don't get intimidated by it. It's just more to help you say, you know, do I want to advance? I feel like if you do this, your business will advance pretty aggressively. So, you know, even if you say this month, I want to hit $1,000, I want to get that commission override and add a new rep, you know, 1,000 by 1, you know, maybe that's your standard. Maybe it's 2,000 by 2. Maybe that's the standard that you kind of want to follow. But just know that having that consistent volume and consistently adding new reps is going to help your business to grow. So just keep that in mind. Okay, this month's promo is so exciting. I'm so excited for all of our newer reps or anybody who's kind of getting ready to rank advance. Actually, it refers to reps who joined in September and October. So something that is really, really special about being a newer rep, and this is something I really miss actually about being a new rep, because when I was a new rep, I signed up a lot of reps. Like I added a lot of people to my team right away because I was so excited about the company and the product, and I loved what I was seeing that I was just sharing unapologetically. And I was like, you guys, like, let's do this together, you know? Let's do this together. Let's like figure this out together. And I had so many people who were really excited about that. And, you know, I've been in the business now for 2.5 years, and people do still like to join, and I still talk about doing the business together, but there's something that feels really good as a rep coming in, knowing that they're working alongside of you. You know what I mean? Like I right now get a lot of people telling me, well, I don't have a big following, or I don't have this or that. And they see that maybe I have like 4,000 followers on Instagram, which honestly isn't, it's not huge compared to a lot of people, but they see that and they get intimidated by that. So as a new rep, you're just in this golden position, and you can also turn around and say to them, new reps this month or have a chance to get an extra bonus too. So come do this with me. Let's get this extra bonus. Let's have some fun. Let's figure this out together. So don't feel like you cannot hit this, or if you're not going to add new reps because you just signed up. Now is the perfect time to be inviting to your business, to your team. It is, oh, you guys are in the prime position. So use it. And then, so obviously, instead of getting $50 this month, you would get $100 if you hit junior rep, which we're going to talk about here in a second. And then if you hit senior rep, you get $150. And if you hit director, you get $200, which is so cool. And none of these are out of reach, you guys. Like none of them. You could totally triple rank advance to director if you hustled. I mean, hustle, but you could totally do it. So your first business advancement, like I was talking about, is hitting junior rep. And this one obviously is, it's like you have to just get started adding to your team, because you can't advance unless you have at least one rep under you. So hitting junior rep, you need to have 200 PV, which means this month you have to do at least $200 in sales. Your lifetime PV has to be 1,500. So what your lifetime PV is from the day that you sign up, from that day until the end of the month, you have to have at least $1,500 in volume, okay? Your first level volume needs to be 600. So your first level is anybody who is a rep on your first line. Your personally sponsored reps are your first level. And they need to have at least $600 in sales. So what that means is that you can either have one rep who sells $600 worth of Zaya, or buys $600 worth of Zaya. You can, or a combination of both. You can have 2 reps who do that and come together and combine for $600 in volume. You can have 5 reps who come together and combine for 600 in volume. So it doesn't matter if you have one person or 10 people. That first line has to do at least $600 in volume. And then if you have 1,500 PV and in a first level of 600, you're automatically going to have a group volume of 600. So that's what you need to hit junior rep. If you hit it in the first 3 months of your business, you get a $50 bonus. But again, if you hit it this month, you get a $100 bonus, which is so awesome. So that is the first milestone for advancing your business. And then let me quick show you senior rep. I think I did it on here. And to find out if you are looking for your comp plan, the easiest place to go is to just go to your Zaya site and click join, and then just scroll down to the bottom. That's where I find it all the time. So just go down here, and then this will show you all of the qualifications for hitting the different ranks. So to hit senior rep, you need to have $300 in sales this month, $3,000 in sales from the day that you sign up, and then $1,200 on your first line. So your personally sponsored reps need to do at least $1,200 in volume. You know, whether it's one person or 10 people, they need to have 1,200 combined. And then your total group volume is actually, the group volume is anybody underneath you, like your whole entire organization, and then plus your volume for the month. So hopefully that makes sense. So say you have $1,000 in volume this month, and your team, everybody under you combined does $2,000 this month. Your total group volume would be 3,000 because you did 1,000 and everybody else together did 2,000. So that's senior rep. And then hitting director, you do $500 in sales at least this month. $10,000 since the day that you started, which sounds intimidating, but I had a girl last month do 6 parties in 1 week, which is insane. I would absolutely not recommend that. I would die, but she did 6 and it was awesome. She did like over $20,000 in sales last month alone. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are so impressive. So just know that it's possible. You just got to get the parties on the calendar. And then first line has to do 2,000. And then as a team, your entire team has to do $10,000 combined. So if you have any questions about these numbers, just let me know. But the cool part about Zaya is that, I mean, this is something we're gonna talk about on our call tomorrow too, but you can rank advance with just one person under you. Like you can do that. It can be you and one other person. And if you two hustle hard, you can go all the way up to senior director if you want to with just one person on your team. Until you get to executive, when you have to start duplicating directors and leaders, you know, you really only would have to have one person. Now, obviously, it's a lot nicer, a lot more fun, a lot less stressful if you have, say, 5 reps on your team or 10 reps on your team, because then the work gets divided out. It's not just all the pressures on you and that one person. So, you know, either you divide it up with more reps or whatever it might be, but just know that Zaya is based on product. We are a very product-driven company, product-driven compensation plan. So you can advance your business without having a huge team. So just know that. Obviously, the more people you have, the less work, the less like sales you personally have to do. But again, you can do it. So stop share. Oops, I gotta go back to my PowerPoint here. And then I know you guys probably already know this, and if you caught Zach's call yesterday, we are having massive growth, like massive growth. We added more reps in the month of September than we added from the other 7 months of the year, right? 8 months of the year, January to August. We added more reps in September than we added in all of those months. So we are growing like crazy, crazy, crazy. It is insane. If you were with us through all of the COVID things back in April and May, we had some serious inventory issues, and it was something that needed to be Like we really needed a lot of mindset work within the Zaya community to understand kind of to work with it, right? Because we have all these people who want this product and we're like, but we don't have it right now. It's coming. So if you have anybody who's ever concerned about inventory or not having sizes in stock, for one, just know that it is 100 times better than it was. Like I would say 1,000 times better than it was. It is, our inventory is so good right now. But just remember that we have something that people want. So if something's going out of stock, that's awesome. I am so glad that I have a product that people want to buy, because if we have product that people don't even care about, we can't get them to buy it, that's a different problem. But we have something that people want. So be excited about that. Just always communicate with your customers and your reps about our growth and our inventory. Let them know that we're always ordering more products. Let them know we're always getting new items in every single week. You guys, we get new products every single week. That is absolutely insane. How many products, how many companies out there get to say that they get new products every single week? Not very many. So we are in such a good position with Zaya. Focus on what's in stock. So if somebody comes to you and they're like, well, I really wanted this shirt, but it's out of stock in my size and it's not getting restocked for a long time. Well, then focus on what is there. Focus on, you know, I would start asking them questions like, okay, I love that shirt too. What is it about that shirt that you love? You know, say it's the subtle stripe long tee. Do you like that it has long sleeves? Do you like that it has thumb holes? Are you looking for something for a workout? Like start asking them questions to see what it is exactly that they liked about that product, and then help them find something else that's going to fit their needs. And, you know, sometimes if we don't have it and, you know, I'll just say, let's see if our hostess wants to keep the party open. Or sometimes I'll say, you know, let me know when it restocks, I'll let you know, and I'll even give you like 10% off that order since we don't have it right now during the party or something like that. You know, I'll try to make it better for them. And when I say 10% off, that's just me reimbursing them through PayPal or Venmo. So just try to offer quality customer service. Let them know you're going to help them find something. And then just remember that we really are boutique style, and there's a sense of urgency around Zaya, and it makes it really fun. And actually, it's kind of funny. I had like a lecture with my mom this weekend because I told her that I was like, Mom, okay, because she keeps getting mad because everything she wants to order goes out of stock. But she says she wants it, and then she waits like 3 weeks to order it. And I'm like, well, you know that this is going to happen. You know that this is happening. This is what happens with Zaya. And she's like, oh, I guess I just have to order right away. I said, yes, you do have to order right away or it's going to be gone. So just communicate that with your customers. Let them know it's fun. It's exciting. It's always like, see who can get it type of thing when some of our products come out. But you guys, seriously, right now with where we're at with our inventory, we are sitting so well, and Zaya just continues to order massive amounts of clothes. And I don't know if you caught Zach's call the other day, but he said they sent out an order to the warehouse. They wanted to order more Black Pocket Light and Tights. And he said that they got a call back from the warehouse asking if it was a typo because they ordered so many Black Pocket Light and Tights. They're like, do you really need this number, or did you just write the wrong number? And he's like, no, that's what we need. And they're like, okay. So that just goes to show Zaya is doing their part. They are showing up. They are doing the best that they can to get product here. So just be aware that if things go out of stock, it's okay. We got more coming. And you know what? If something they love is not restocking, just be like, let's see what comes out on the launch. Maybe you'll like something even better. So we have, oh, I love that we can fall back on that. It is amazing. Just wait for Wednesday and see what we get. I love saying that. Just like let's see what we get on Wednesday. Maybe we'll get something you'll love better. So that's it, you guys. Did I totally, completely overwhelm you? I talked fast. I know it. I know I talk fast. But do you guys have any questions? And Stacy, I'm glad that you unmuted because I said that you could if you wanted to. So if anybody wants to unmute, feel free or use the chat. But what can I help with? What questions? Gastine, hey girl. I like your picture.
Hey there.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm working, so that's why I haven't chimed in.
That is totally, totally fine. Thanks for hopping on, Stacy. Yeah, I know. It's like I have to decide when I'm going to do these calls, and it's so hard because in the afternoon I at least have one kid sleeping and two at school, and then like last night I had a kid that wouldn't go to bed, and so I was like, I was kind of screwed. So my husband.
But I think it's good, and then you're recording it, so.
Yeah, it's like if anybody can hop on, we'll just try it, and we'll try to switch up the times here and there. So.
Exactly. But yeah, it helps definitely.
How early can you set up an online party? And I don't know who it is because it just says iPhone. But typically what I like to do for online parties is that if it starts on, like I always say product posts start on Monday. I do most of my product posts like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I kind of wrap up shopping Thursday and Friday. I'll do welcome info on Sunday. So I will actually set my hostess up like the Thursday or the Friday beforehand, just because if they start plugging people in too far before that, then the group it's like empty and there's not really activity in there. There's not really any engagement. So I like to just do it like the Thursday or the Friday beforehand. Sometimes I'll just do like random posts, like what do you like to do to stay active? How do you know the hostess? Just like do a post a day until the party actually gets started, just so that there's some activity in there. But you could always, I guess I don't know what the algorithm is like if you set up a group like a week in advance and then just don't invite your hostess until later, but that's typically what I do. It's just do it a few days in advance. Does anybody else have any questions? And it can be about anything. Do you do giveaways during a party? Yes. So I always do a $10 gift card giveaway. I have done it where, so I think you'll see like two different kinds of giveaways. One will be that people can earn entries towards a gift card that they have to use in the party, or people will do a giveaway where if you place an order, you earn entries towards like a free tank or a legging or something like that, depending on what their budget is. I've done both. I really prefer to just do a $10 gift card because I'm like, okay, I'm willing to invest $10 into this party. I don't want to give away all my commissions on like a product, So that's kind of the way I like to do it. I give them 3 opportunities throughout the week to get their name in the hat. And then I try to draw for it on Wednesday so that they can use it, on new launches or as they're placing their orders at the end of the week. But I do always do a $10 gift card giveaway. Anything else I can help with? And it can be about host off of do you give away if someone offers to host off of another party? So what I do is if somebody offers to host, I actually just had this happen. One of my hostesses, she had a really good party. I think I got 2 hostesses off of her party. What I did is I actually gave my original hostess a gift card to use in their parties. So it kind of depends on how well you know your hostess. Like for her, I gave her like $25 for each party because she had an awesome party. I had really good parties booked off of that. That's what Zaya used to do actually back in the day, is that they would give the original hostess $25 to use towards their party. So it's up to you what you want to do, but I do that as a kind of as a thank you. And plus it always gets the orders rolling too in the next party because they have the gift card and they're going to go ahead and order. So that always helps too with orders. These are good questions. Also, as I'm thinking about parties and orders and stuff like that, there's a few things I think that sometimes we miss talking about to you guys, our newer reps. And it's just some of those things are like, for example, you can move orders around within parties, or you can move, if somebody places an order and it's in your back office under shopping event order, just make sure you get that moved to a party. Like hopefully it's one with if it's somebody who's ordering not in a party you're running, maybe it's a VIP group member or something like that. Just make sure you get that moved to under an event with your name on it so that you can get the credits for that. You know, you should never leave any shopping cart orders just sitting in your back office. Make sure they get moved to an event. And if it's not like accidentally supposed to go into your hostess's order, put it under your event so that you can get the rewards for that. And then also with moving orders, you have to make sure that orders are moved by the end of the month. So any orders placed in October have to be moved by October 31st. After, once you hit November 1st, customer service will not move the orders for you. It has to be in the month that the order is placed in order to get it moved. So just be aware of that. And then what was the other thing? Somebody asked me recently about moving orders and events. Oh, also know that so let's say you have a hostess who does let's see, like maybe she does like $800 during our party. So she's quite a ways above that $600 mark, but not quite to the $1,000 mark. You can split up that party into 2 sets of rewards for your hostess. And I recommend doing that if she wants to. Like, let her know that she can so if you have enough orders, like you can move 3 orders over and give her a $200 party reward, and then you can keep the $600 rewards for her too, if you have enough orders. So you have to have at least 3 orders in a party for your hostess to get the rewards to count. So just know that you can split parties up and let your hostess get more rewards that way. And that's actually something that's encouraged by Zaya. So don't feel like you're like doing the wrong thing or it's being like sketchy. Like that's what they would want you to do, is to split it up so that you can get your hostess more rewards. So just know that you can do that. I'm trying to think of I've had a couple questions lately that they're like, is that in a training? I'm like, no, but it should be. Anything else? Do you have to set up a separate events to do that? Yes. Hi, Christy. Yes, of course. I'm glad you said your name. So I was like, it just says iPhone. Christy asked, do you have to set up separate events to do that? So yes, what you'll do is like you would go into your back office, create a new event, and then grab the order numbers that you want and say, I want to move these orders to event whatever, and then they will pull them out and move them for you. And soon, hopefully, we'll be able to move our own orders. They're working on that. They are working on that hard, so we'll get to do that soon. Anything else with orders, events? I'm trying to think. You can always change the start date and end date for your events in your online office. So for example, if you set up an event and say it's been open for longer than 30 days, the site, or it might get taken off of the site, just go back in and change the start date. And then once you change the start date to be like today or something like that, and change the end date too, it'll show back up on the website. So just be aware of that for parties and events. I'm trying to think. Always have a VIP event open for yourself, because you are going to have those people who are placing orders, and it might not go into a party. So you definitely should be getting the rewards for those. Do you ever suggest buying in bulk if you can for vendor events? It's totally up to you. I have only done a couple of vendor events myself, and I haven't brought any extra product. I just bring mine, or I bring other sizes. Like I do have some other sample sizes for different sizes if I go to an in-home party or something like that. And then what I do is I just bring my computer along and then have people place their order right there with me. So I think there are people who do that, who buy in bulk, but my only concern is like if you do buy in bulk, then if you don't sell them at the event, then you're kind of stuck with them unless you do a lot of in-person events that you could bring them to. So or you could sell them to like your VIP group, you could sell them to your customers. That's a good question. But I would say it's kind of mixed. I think most people don't buy in bulk. I would say most people just bring sample sizes. Is there anything else I can help with? couple more minutes and I'll let you guys go. I'm so glad you guys were able to hop on and ask questions. Thank you for helping answer my questions. Oh gosh, no worries. I totally get not being able to talk and stuff like that. I totally get it. So thanks for hopping on though. And if you guys have more questions, just let me know. We are going to have a team call tomorrow night now because last night did not work with my daughter. So we will talk more about rank advancing and adding to your team and, you know, finding people to add to your team if you feel like your people are kind of running dry, or if you feel like you don't have anybody to ask. We're going to talk about how to find those people. So we will talk about that tomorrow. But thanks for hopping on, you guys. I hope you have a great day. Happy launch day eve, almost. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.